So there was a motion filed in King County. It was recently denied. It was the exact motion was also filed in Pierce County, but after the King County motion was denied, they withdrew it. What was interesting is they were, the motion was to have a deposition, and it was not agreed, it wasn't stipulated to by both parties, have a deposition by Story Cloud. So there are these agency, and the argument was you still have exactly the same thing. It is, I think they said 99% accurate, which I think, at least anecdotally, most people will say that is not the case. So what was most interesting to me with that motion was the response. The respondent submitted House bills, House rules, really anything around to make the court understand how important a live person is to record these. Interestingly, it's not always that there's just a problem with the technology. There was a case where what I read about that the attorneys just didn't turn on their mics, so nothing was recorded. I think that the likelihood of glitches occurring, both either human error or electronic error, coupled with the fact that you don't know that they're occurring. Like if you have a person next to you and she needs you to slow down or he needs you to stop, they just, raise their finger, slow down, please. And it's communication, it's communicative. With this, you're not going to have that. Another article that's in your materials that was incredibly interesting that Phyllis actually shared with me the other day was that in California, it was I think it was a domestic violence protection order trial, and the petitioner's deposition was taken, and this one was, I think it was taken electronically and then transcribed by one of these companies, and and as she's testifying to it and they're admitting it, she's like, wait a minute, this doesn't have all of my answers. This isn't the whole deposition. The lawyer then looked at it and he said, yeah, I specifically remember asking questions that are not in here. No, they were guaranteed. This is in here, this is in here. So the judge continued the hearing so the parties could figure out what went on. Now, it took quite a bit of work and something like 6 months for the litigant and her attorney to get the information from the electronic company that, oh, oops, we missed 55 pages. And so the fact that that could happen so easily and nobody's aware of that is really frightening. And it definitely could have affected the outcome of her case. And that's a serious case. So watching these trends, I think we need to be careful and remember why we have court reporters, that it's not, maybe it's more convenient because you don't have to schedule something, it's cheaper, whatever, to have an electronic recording rather than our transcription service rather than a real life person. But there are reasons we need real life people in this job.